Well, Red Sox legend David Ortiz is now here in Boston for medical care after he was shot at nearly point-blank range in the Dominican Republic. New surveillance video shows the moment it happened outside of a bar in Santo Domingo. This happened on Sunday, and police say the shooter's still at large. Anna Meiler is from our Boston station, WBZ, joining me now from just outside the hospital where Ortiz is getting treatment right now. What's his condition? Do we know?
Anne-Marie, right now we know David Ortiz is being treated at Mass General Hospital while police in the Dominican Republic continue to search for his shooter. Big Papi arrived here late last night in an ambulance surrounded by state police, and the Red Sox provided the air ambulance to fly him from the Dominican Republic back to Boston. Team president Sam Kennedy says Ortiz's injuries are serious, but he was stable enough to fly. Immediately after the shooting, doctors in the Dominican Republic removed his gallbladder and part of his intestine. They say part of his liver was also damaged. Ortiz was shot in the lower back Sunday night just before 9 p.m. Surveillance video shows Ortiz sitting outside of a bar in his hometown of Santo Domingo when a suspect gets off of a motorcycle, walks up behind him, and shoots him at close range. CBS News reports the driver of the motorcycle was captured by a crowd at the bar and beaten. He will be questioned after being treated for his injuries. Police say the shooter is still on the loose. Police say the gunman never said a word. They do say that this was not a robbery, but they are still trying to figure out the motive. Anne-Marie?
Is such a well-loved player, not just in Boston, but sort of around the country. And we're really starting to hear from fans now. Here's a little bit of what they had to say.
My first thoughts were, oh dear, I hope he is not dead, because I could not imagine a world without David Ortiz in it. To me, he is the face of Red Sox baseball. My favorite part was when, right after the Boston bombing, and he just took control and he just said, this is our effing city,
He's the soul of the team almost, even though he doesn't really play for us. He's still out there on the numbers. I'm wearing his jersey now. We all love him.
I mean, he's done a lot for the community. He's done a lot for the kids. He's done a lot for everybody, especially breaking the curse in '04. I mean, that's one of the biggest things he's ever done for us in Boston.
So I'm curious, Anna, that's what we've heard from, some fans there wearing his jersey. But what have you heard? What are people saying to you about what happened to him?
So I was at Fenway Park early yesterday morning when fans were really just starting to learn that David Ortiz had been shot and that his injuries were considered serious. Everyone I spoke to was in shock and in disbelief and couldn't imagine why someone would want to hurt Big Papi. A lot of people, he is such a big icon here, a legend and beloved by so many in this city. And the Boston's mayor really put it best. He said that people felt like a family member was hurt in that shooting because that's how loved he is here in the city of Boston. So there was a Red Sox game at Fenway Park last night. A lot of fans wearing T-shirts and jerseys with the number 34 on them, his number, of course. And there was also an emotional moment at Fenway last night. The entire ballpark paused and said a prayer that he will have a fast and full recovery. Anne-Marie?
Well, he is in the place where he's bound to get the best treatment. Anna Meiler, thank you so much.